The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
There's your computer. Prepare to engage. Shout out to everybody. Hope everybody having a cool day, cool afternoon, cool evening, and cool night. Should we talk about the shooter? Get the shooter out the way first, or should we talk about Spider-Man? Get the Spider-Man review out the way. Nah, fuck it. Let's talk about this Vegas shooter shit. Where we at?
Now the Friday Crime Report. North Las Vegas, Nevada, Sunday, 2026, 12 o'clock noon. It feels like it was just a couple of months ago that we were hearing about a mass murdering shooter in Las Vegas. Wait, it was just a couple of months ago that we were hearing about a mass murdering shooter in Las Vegas. Only this time around, there weren't any FBA Good Samaritans around to stop this one. Police said the incident started just before noon that Sunday in the 6,000 block of Yellow Hammer Place. Officers received reports that a man was running around a neighborhood randomly firing an AR-15. He was running through people's yards and even up to people's front doors. I guess he was trying to see if he could get anybody to come out. After all, for these kind of killers, it's not fun unless there's some fatalities.
Adams and his family taking cover inside their home as he records the gunman from a window, but quickly hides when bullets start to strike his house.
What? What's crazy is there's nobody outside. Motherfuckers looking out their window, though. They hearing gunshots. Everybody staying down. Nobody walking outside. It feel like it's a whole stage set. I feel like it's a stage set. But at the same time, you know how peaceful it be in the bird. Some random kid or random man comes out, just starts shooting everywhere. No one is after him, just like a random fucking shooter. Get this motherfucking agent of chaos sucked by the powers that shouldn't be to instill fear in neighborhoods. And for the motherfuckers looking out that window, you could have got your head knocked off.
Oh! Get down! Get down! The police responded en masse, brought a whole bunch of cops, brought their cop.
Did they kill him? Did they shoot him down? Like how they be shooting us black motherfuckers down with no guns in our hand? Or did they apprehend the motherfucker? Let's see if they do the two-tier justice system. Let's go.
Cars out there with them, but instead of immediately opening fire on the gun-wielding psychopath, instead the police were yelling at him, "Drop the gun, drop the gun." They ran to close the distance between him and themselves, but again, they didn't open fire. You would never have known that this guy...
Damn, but they fucked that motherfucker up, though. When they did tackle him, the motherfucker tackled him, right? And then he just immediately started just wailing on him, and I'm seeing the fist hit the head in the head, smacking the concrete, bouncing back up to the cop's fist. God damn. But still, though, this nigga out here shooting. Why you just ain't motherfucker shoot that motherfucker down, huh? Fuck happened? Still a two-tier justice system.
Was terrorizing a neighborhood with an assault rifle. By the way that the police were reacting, they were acting as if basically he was holding a knife or some other sort of non-ballistic weaponry.
The Vegas neighborhood shooter just missed it. He was just shooting through the neighborhood, knocking on people's doors, and the fucking cops came and tackled him. You know, they should have shot the shit out of him.
The police decided they might as well go ahead and tackle the guy since they weren't going to shoot him after all. And yet what we're hearing from the white media out there as well, the police didn't know if he was armed or holding another weapon.
But was not holding the gun as police tried to arrest him.
Fair enough. Guns too, they say.
The released footage shows officers rushing toward Lujan. One even captures Lujan's hand on an officer's rifle as police work to detain him.
You got your gun. Sure. Well, good thing he wasn't black. Otherwise, they would have shot him dead on sight.
Exactly.
Why didn't the police riddle this guy with bullets? We all know why. Because of racial immunity from law, skin color, and nothing else. Police, of course, routinely shoot unarmed black people dead, like Terrence Crutcher, Walter Scott, Anton Sterling, Tatiana Jefferson, Sonia Massey. The list is literally endless. They murder black people for no reason at all, people who have no weapon. Meanwhile, you can be white, or at the very least be not black, shooting up entire neighborhoods, the police show up en masse, and not one of them opens fire, even after the suspect tries to flee, even after the suspect gets into a fight with them, grabbing their weapons and such, because this is not a matter of police training. They're clearly trained to kill certain people and to not kill others. That's not a training issue, that's police culture, a white supremacist street gang. After the police finally decided that they would get around to taking this guy into custody and handcuffing him, he became unresponsive.
Suffice it to say, we'd like to ask why Lujan was doing that. But as soon as he got into police custody, he died.
The Clark County Coroner's Office has identified the gunman as 39-year-old Daniel Lujan Jr.
So he just became unresponsive. He just died. What the? Explain. I feel like the dialect. Like, explain. Y'all took him in alive. How did he die? Did this motherfucker just inject himself with some super adrenaline meth crack or some shit or some fentanyl? They'd be like, I'm about to die today. Yeah. And just went out there in the blaze of glory. And as soon as he got apprehended, by the time they get to the police station, he dead in the back seat. Was he on an OD trip? What the fuck?
As far as his cause of death, as of this recording, they still haven't given one. Fortunately,
damn, they still haven't given one. You know what? They probably murked that motherfucker. There's a young nigga, we gonna murk you on camera. We gonna murk your ass when we get there. This motherfucker. Or this motherfucker was already on the brink of death. And he just said, fuck it, I'm gonna go out like this. Man, nigga, just jump off a bridge. Like, the fuck? Jump off a 20-story building or something.
Nobody was harmed except for the mad gunman, but the white media decided that his death from an overdose or whatever was an outrage, I tell you. And not only is the white media not asking why the police didn't use lethal force immediately to stop this rampaging gunman, the white media is actually questioning the minor amount of force that was used.
The department now responding to News 3's questions about the first responding officer. A neighbor recorded that officer taking the suspect to the ground and hitting him multiple times, causing a mix of opinions around force online.
Y'all tripping about that. Oh my fucking God. I hate the media. I hate the police. I hate how they try to spin narratives. But let me go out there with an AR-15, AK, or whatever. I could be a fucking cap gun. They're gonna pull up on me and shoot me the fuck down. It's like they pulled up on that 12-year-old kid with a cap gun and shot him down.
This video sparking mixed reactions online. An officer takes a man to the ground who appears to move in as if to tackle the officer. Then several punches, physical force used to take the suspect.
That's why I was saying, damn. He was punching that nigga. That nigga head was bouncing off the concrete and bouncing right back up to that nigga. Damn.
Identified as 39-year-old Daniel Lujan Jr. in custody.
Notice that they're not bringing up any kind of dirt about Daniel Lujan's past. Right. They don't seem at all concerned about whether or not they should try to make the public think, yeah, he got what he had coming, even though that's exactly what people are thinking. No attempts to try to dirty him up. Very interesting. They don't bring out their black narrative playbook for incidents like this. Right. This is a guy who was firing an assault rifle in a neighborhood, running up to people's homes, apparently trying to come out so he could kill them. And the white media is upset that the police used any force against him at all, when we know that if he had been black, they would have opened fire the instant they saw him. So this is about maintaining a particular status quo, and to condition the police and the public to expect that use of force is only to be unquestioned if they're using it against a black person, armed or otherwise. But the white media sympathizing with this mad gunman randomly shooting an AR-15 was interrupted by another mad gunman randomly shooting an AR-15, this time in Idaho.
And want y'all to pay attention to the fucking name of the gun and the style. Remember, I follow pattern recognition. Why is there always an AR-15 on the scene? Bars. Come on, let's get this gun control narrative back on the motherfucking table, everybody. Let's instill fear in the community. Have all these motherfuckers scared. But let me tell you something. Ain't no motherfucking doing that shit in the black community. Because you know why? Because that stupid motherfucking white boy would have got his head knocked off by the first hood nigga that step out and see that dumbass shit. They ain't about to come out and be like, oh shit, let's call the police. There's a crazy white guy out here shooting. No, they be like, nigga, this is my block. We about to light this nigga up. What the fuck this nigga think he doing? We shoot niggas on the daily. Don't come over here with that shit. But they make sure they be in places where no one is going to defend themselves. It's mostly old folks and motherfucking like middle-aged people with families. Getting away from the hood and the bullshit. And yet they don't want us out there in the suburbs. Y'all dangerous. Y'all got too much loud music. But yeah, your next door neighbor has an AR-15 and a meth addiction. With some got mental problems. You know. But I digress.
What's happening? What happened? What's happening? Shoot. Go. Just go. Go.
On Saturday, August 1st, 2026 at 2:30 p.m., a mad gunman from the Demented Dominant Society in Twin Falls, Idaho, was running around an In-N-Out burger joint firing gunshots. And as if on cue...
What makes me mad is y'all motherfuckers shooting at a motherfucking burger joint. The In-N-Out, man. Like, what is this? San Andreas, y'all busting at a burger shot? Busting at the burger shot. Ain't that a bitch? And you know, and it's all like random. It's all random MK Ultra ages, and it's always a goddamn AR-15. I just want everybody else to follow the pattern recognition. You know what I'm saying? Just follow that shit. What about Kyle Rittenhouse? He had AR-15 too. Kyle Rittenhouse playing video games with the judge. Gave that fake crying on the stand. Motherfucker got videos saying he wanted to shoot a motherfucker from the van he was in. Whatever the fuck vehicle he was in. He was in the vehicle. Making videos talking about, I'll pop the shit out of him. I don't know the exact words. I don't remember. But y'all can look it up.
Some online podcaster or TikToker or whatever the heck he is decided that he was going to try to play hero. Now, this hero, Jordan Salinas, reportedly has a YouTube channel where he likes to post videos of himself running around with a gun and a ball cap and a paintball vest. Basically, he's doing a poor imitation of, I don't know, what he probably thinks one of those guys from Special Ops around with, at least his idea of it. I'm not saying he's a bad person. I don't know anything about him. But I am saying the white right's laying it on extra thick for this guy, and it's not because they like him. But as it turns out, this Call of Duty commando wasn't just a lousy influencer, he was also a lousy shot, too. By the way, this guy play acting at being a hero didn't hit the gunman with a single shot. He was just out there just firing rounds. In fact, people actually mistook him for the shooter at first. And yet you have wingnuts saying that this guy took down the gunman. A number of these half-wits use that phrase, he took down the shooter. But mainly they call this guy a hero, even though he didn't save anyone. He stopped absolutely nothing. He barely even interrupted the shooting spree. The gunman wasn't so much as scratched. In the end, the gunman wound up killing himself. But it should be mentioned that an off-duty state trooper also fired some useless shots at the gunman, too.
Tonight, police commending the heroic actions of that off-duty state trooper and citizen, saying they most certainly saved lives here.
Well, good thing that the internet hero wasn't black, or the state trooper would have been shooting at him. Yeah. As we all know, in incidents where some white bystander with a gun calls themselves helping law enforcement during some typical mass shooter event, the police don't open fire on this white Good Samaritan, even though these Good Samaritans match the exact description of the shooter, as was the case in this incident. So the police have no problem risking their lives and waiting to make sure that, well, whoever's in front of me, I know he's got a gun, and I was called regarding somebody with a gun who matches his description, but I don't want to open fire on the guy. After all, he's probably a Good Samaritan, right? So these kind of things are not coincidence. It's not a failure of common sense or the all-purpose training. This is white racism given a badge, a gun, and immunity from law. Now, in the incident in Idaho, 3 people were killed, 7 were injured. So while two black men in Las Vegas actually took down a murdering gunman and did it barehanded, we have headlines being given to a TikToker who didn't even get close to the shooter, didn't hit him with a single round, didn't rescue anyone, and didn't stop anything. A hero who didn't save anyone. What kind of hero is that? Well, it's the kind of hero that the white media has to settle for, because otherwise they wouldn't have any at all. It just goes to show how far these clowns will go to aggrandize themselves. There's nobody trying to dig up dirt on this hero either. They're not asking where any of the hero's bullets landed and whether he was placing innocents in danger. In other words, not doing the kind of after-the-fact denigration and looking for dirt that they would be doing if he was black. Because after those two black men took down that Las Vegas shooter barehanded, the white media immediately began speculating and trying to prompt the authorities to bring a legal case against them for having stopped a killer who had just gunned down two people and was looking for other people to kill. Nobody in the white media is trying to speculate on how feasible it would be for prosecutors to bring a case against this hero in Idaho. The mad gunman, by the way, has since been identified as 24-year-old Chad Williams. Chad. We'll talk about truth in advertising. The white media is still looking for a motive, but this happens all the time, and it doesn't matter if it's a school, restaurant, church, movie theater, grocery store, shopping mall, or broad daylight. This is a cultural problem, but you're not allowed to identify the culture. So the people who do this know that the priority is to shield some people's reputations instead of saving lives. We don't need to wait for the white media or the white authorities to tell us what this creep specifically is any more than we need to know the excuse that the North Las Vegas shooter gave himself. We've heard it all before. It could be that he was angry or felt bullied or his dog talked to him or even that he ate too many damn Twinkies. I'm not making that last one up, by the way. In 1979, Dan White went on a murder spree inside San Francisco City Hall. He murdered then Mayor George Moscone and Harvey Milk, who was a city councilman. And at his trial, his lawyers claimed the reason that Dan went on his murder spree was because he was depressed. And the evidence of his depression? He was eating a lot of Twinkies. And apparently that white jury bought it. He was facing first-degree murder charges, which carried the death penalty, but instead the jury gave him manslaughter and an 8-year prison sentence. That's it. As Paul Mooney said, they don't let black people get away with BS. This guy killed both the mayor and one of his city council colleagues, but he had the complexion for the protection, and those people got on code. A culture that makes certain people think that this is normal behavior, and a social and media environment that defends it, makes excuses for it, and sympathizes with it. The police's behavior shows exactly why it happens. They know that there's an open, blatant, hands-off policy for the people who commit these atrocities. They know that the police will not automatically shoot on sight. They know that every effort will be made to take them in alive. They also know that the white media is not going to be digging up any dirt on them, not trying to tell the public what a bad person they are, not going to be trying to try them in the court of public opinion. Instead, they can be armed, shooting at people, and not one of the police will fire a single round unless they absolutely must. And nobody will accidentally shoot the suspect after they're handcuffed and in custody either. No one will put a knee on their neck for 10 minutes until they're dead, but they will more than likely take the mass shooter to Burger King. There is a record of that happening. These white supremacists try to claim that, well, the reason these incidents make the news is because they don't happen very often, even though the white media doesn't even try that lie. And we've never let that lie stand over here in the black media. That's why I do my crime reports. And these two incidents are just what's happened in the last few weeks alone. Actually, it's probably just the ones that couldn't be covered up by the white media, because that's how they operate. If they can actually bury it and keep it to a local story, that's what they do. But in this case, they weren't able to contain these two, so they actually got out. Hell, while you're listening to this, odds are there's been yet another mass murder carried out by the usual suspect. Because the dominant society decided a long time ago they would rather dodge responsibility, but they wound up dodging bullets instead.
Now, that was the fucking crazy shit that happened in Vegas. If you're just coming in, it was a neighborhood shooter in Vegas. They didn't shoot that motherfucker down. They tackled him and apprehended him and took him in. But by the time they got to their destination, the motherfucker was dead. And they don't even want to put out how the motherfucker died. Like, yo, this was just a recent Vegas shooter. But the Vegas shooter before this one got apprehended by two black guys, unarmed, took the motherfucker down, and they're trying to put a case against the black guys that motherfucking stopped the fucking mass killer. Holy shit. But yet in Idaho, there's supposed to be a motherfucking killer, but and somebody else is going live trying to do some shit, ain't doing nothing, but it's called a hero. Man, like something ain't right here. This is backwards. Oh, no, it ain't. It's racism. Simple. Because it goes back. Like if I was a random shooter, when the cops pull up, they're gunning me the fuck down. They're killing me dead. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Simple as that. We see the double standard. We see the double tier justice system, and we see the racism, and we're going to call that shit out. This motherfucker shooting in the fucking neighborhood, knocking on people's doors, busting at people's houses and cars, and he don't get shot the fuck down. Fuck on out of here. And the fucking Idaho shooter, he took himself out. But I just want people to follow the pattern recognition. There's always these random ass cases, always with an AR-15, and it's either he kills himself or he's killed in the motherfucking like a massive gunfight, and you always find some type of goddamn manifesto. I have beef with the government. Well, then go shoot at the government, not at a burger joint. Jesus fucking Christ. I got beef with the police. Well, go shoot at a police station. Jesus fucking Christ. You know, like, shit never adds up. So, like, this is why you got to motherfucker go the motherfucker like MK Ultra route. And for that shit that happened in the 70s about a motherfucker depressed and he ate too many Twinkies and the fucking juror, the motherfucking jury was like, give him manslaughter. Y'all motherfuckers, this is how you know that the powers that shouldn't be know we're stupid and gullible. And they feed off of our emotions and morality. It don't matter if you're black or white. They know you're fucking stupid. But most importantly, they know you're not going to fight. They know you're not going to come up and walk up on a fucking Fed politician and blow their fucking head off. As a collective of people that really hates their fucking government or their parliament or just the whole system in general. You know? Just think about it. They motherfucking going to their bunkers. They're leaving the country because they know some shit about to go down. Nigga, we ain't about to let all these data centers come up. Nigga, we burning all these bitches the fuck down. Because you know why? If you're taking away a motherfucking nigga livelihood, which is motherfucking water, you're raising the energy cost, the shit giving people cancer, and it's loud as hell, and it's creating a motherfucking light show. It's supposed to be dark outside, but like with that data center lighting up, it's like the daytime if you're in close proximity. Fuck all that shit. Fuck all that shit. We fucking this whole motherfucker up. But anyway, we got some breaking news. After this breaking news, we're going to get off into the entertainment news and talk about Spider-Man. But we got some breaking news real quick. What in the frosted mini fuck? Do I gotta go manual? I gotta go manual with this shit. Ah, fuck, I hate this fucking phone. I really fucking hate this phone. Shit ain't shit. I gotta go manual. Because, this shit is on that bullshit. Because it's supposed to automatically pair. Give me a second. What in the fuck is going on? Okay, my Bluetooth is just cutting off by itself. Don't know what the fuck going on, but this is some bullshit. Are you fucking serious? I don't know what the fuck that was about.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
It's like somebody was like pressing the button when I was pressing the button. Shit, man. But you know what? Fuck it, dog. I'm gonna chuck it up to me being watched. I already know I'm being watched. I already know the government watching me. I already know, like, I'm on the list. I'm not motherfucking afraid about that. They better be afraid, because I'm not going out alive. I'm going out in a blaze of fucking glory. So fuck the bullshit. Now let me go back to what the fuck I was watching. Gotta do with this goddamn ad. It's only a minute 34 seconds, man, but this ad might pop up.
For 125 years, Firestone has been building tires.
Leave out. Come back in. Another ad. There we go.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Austin. Moving on, the Senate Homeland Security Committee has voted to hold Dr. Anthony Fauci in contempt of Congress.
What?
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Austin. Moving on, the Senate Homeland Security Committee has voted to hold Dr. Anthony Fauci in contempt of Congress. The vote was 8-5 and passed along party lines, led by Republican Senator Rand Paul. This stems from a hearing last week when Fauci refused to answer lawmakers' questions about the government's response to COVID-19 when Fauci was the lead infectious disease expert. Fauci invoked the Fifth Amendment to avoid self-incrimination more than 100 times. Paul said Fauci cannot invoke the Fifth because former President Joe Biden fully pardoned him.
Seeking the truth is not a witch hunt. Accountability is not vengeance. Accountability is what stands between the American people and a repeat of the mistakes and the very real consequences of the past.
Paul says he plans to bypass a full Senate vote and send the recommendation directly to the Justice Department. Meanwhile, when asked Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, when we asked him about this, he called Rand Paul's effort partisan.
So 85-year-old Anthony Fauci should be held in contempt and jail for not answering questions to Americans. But 84-year-old Mitch McConnell gets a complete and total pass after not showing up to work for 7 weeks. It's a huge double standard. It's entirely partisan.
Legal experts say the vote could lead the Justice Department
Hold on, let's hear that again.
Vengeance. Accountability is what stands between the American people and a repeat of the mistakes and the very real consequences of the past.
Paul says he plans to bypass a full Senate vote and send the recommendation directly to the Justice Department. Meanwhile, when asked Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, when we asked him about this, he called Rand Paul's effort partisan.
So 85-year-old Anthony Fauci should be held in contempt and jail for not answering questions to Americans. But 84-year-old Mitch McConnell gets a complete and total pass after not showing up to work for 7 weeks. It's a huge double standard. It's entirely partisan.
All right. I was running about Mitch McConnell. What does Mitch McConnell got to do with this shit? Mitch McConnell is probably fucking dead. They on some weekend at Bernie's and shit. Gone for 7 weeks. Yo, they should just chuck it up. Like, look, man, dude is old. He should get motherfucking automatic vacation days. If he ain't coming to work for 7 weeks, nigga, something is up. And it's like, we want our privacy. No, nigga, your motherfuckers at your job want to know if you're coming back to work. If not, we will kick you off your motherfucking position. You ain't even put in your 2 weeks notice, motherfucker. We motherfucking leaving.
Legal experts say the vote could lead the Justice Department to consider whether to charge Fauci with a crime, but that's a move experts say would likely face a lengthy court challenge.
Nah, man. Here's what needs to be done. Trump needs to lift the goddamn pardon. Just like, you know, he ripped up that shit that Obama did with Iran and shit. You know, you can rip that up and be like, fuck that shit. You can motherfucking lift that motherfucking pardon. You the president. If the Homeland Security already passed the vote to be in contempt, the only thing they got to do is get to like a higher Congress shit and get back to the president. But the president is honoring the pardon. So, fuck Trump. Because at the end of the day, Trump is Operation Warp Speed, motherfucker. So, you already know he's down with the bullshit. Fauci, like, nothing gonna happen to him. Nothing gonna happen to him. And like, plus he's already old, right? He's already, you know, like he'll spend the rest of his life in jail. But fuck that, dog. He gets to motherfucking live his old age and die after killing the world, dog. Fuck that, dog. Motherfucker need to get suffocated with a pillow. He need to get beat with a bunch of motherfucking tool wrenches. He need to get his motherfucking face ripped off. Like, he need to get his fucking body hung from his office. But anyway, allegedly. But that's that. Nah, let's get off into this entertainment news. We need to talk about that Spider-Man real quick, and then we're gonna get up out of here. Let's get the good shit out the way first. When it came to the, let's just say, the webbing, the cinematic swinging, it was cool. Shouts out to the director for that. The motherfucker director was pretty cool. The fight scenes felt like a little bit of a Somniac Spider-Man and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was, it was cool. It was cool. I fucks with it. And there was, like he had this little bit of, I can say, funny moment a little bit. A couple little funny moments when he was trying to work out his powers. When he pulled up on Scorpion, that nigga smacked into a couple walls and landed on the car. I was like, God damn, Spider-Man, what the fuck? But, it was funny. Nigga woke up in midair with the webs and shit, fell down, landed on his back. I'm like, okay, cool. This is a little funny. But Punisher, he ain't the ruthless Punisher. It was a little funny, like I wanted to call him a sidekick to Spider-Man. Like was a real shit. Well, look at this motherfucker. What else? I know they destroyed Punisher. We're gonna get off into that, but I just want to get all the, like what I thought was cool. The fight scenes was like web swinging pretty cool. It ain't as good as Toby, but like the director did his thing. I gotta say shout out to the director. And and Tom Holland, not my Spider-Man, but I can say he felt like Spider-Man. Because I'm not digging Homecoming, I'm not digging Far From Home. No Way Home was a nostalgia trip. Shouts out to Toby. That was my Spider-Man. And because if it wasn't for him, then that Far From Home wouldn't be shit. I don't care what nobody motherfuckers say. Everybody knows it. Everybody know that third Spider-Man was nostalgia bait. Grab Tobey Maguire, grab Andrew Garfield, and put these niggas in a movie, and it's about to be lit. And it was. It was lit like a motherfucker. But that was it. And plus, Tom Holland got his ass beat by Green Goblin. By the way, Toby's villain. You know what I'm saying? And Tom Holland was throwing all his motherfucking punches at him, throwing all his might. Green Goblin laughing like, even when he had the revenge raid on, going for the glider kill, Tobey Maguire popped up like, see, my suit not enhanced, bitch. I'm already strong. And he kept on trying, like, nigga, I'm not about to let you kill this motherfucker. This is my villain. He dies in my timeline, bruh. Take that Stark suit on out of here, nigga. Bully Maguire all day. But anyway, make sure y'all hit that like button. I know people in here, so hit the like button on your way in, on your way out, however the game go. Now, let's get off to the bad. Character assassination of the Punisher. They already called it a character assassination when he came out with his own shit. There are some people out there that do not like this Punisher, and it's understandable. I understand. But in this, it's still a character assassination because he felt like a sidekick to Spider-Man. But it was funny. You know what I'm saying? It was funny. But still, though, character assassination of the Punisher. Character assassination of the Incredible fucking Hulk. Oh, yeah. Motherfucker said his character was assassinated after Civil War. The first Avengers, when they show off the Hulk, it was awesome. You feel me? But then the other ones, y'all just, just hold the Hawk every day. Just every movie that came out, y'all hold him. Hold his life. And many people agree that the best Hawk is Edward Norton. That movie was the shit. Not the Hawk from 03 when I was in high school, but Edward Norton's Hawk. I think 2008, I think. Great movie. But this Mark Ruffalo, huh? What? Nah. And they don't even know what to do with this Hawk. I don't know if this motherfucking character is in limbo at Marvel and they're fighting over the rights or some shit. I don't know what the fuck going on with the Hawk, but they need to really stop doing this to him. They really need to stop. They really need to stop fucking with the Hawk, or just like, come on now. But you can't have the Avengers without the Hawk, man. But at least let the Hawk act like the goddamn Hawk. Stop putting y'all motherfucking spin on it. Let them act comic book accurate. And if y'all gonna be in the universe of what the so-called Secret Wars is about to be, and the Doom, and the Avengers Doomsday, have Hawk being the Hawk, man. Just have Hawk being a Hawk, man. So yeah, character assassination of Punisher, which was already done, and the character assassination of the Hawk. Now we got another bad shit, because we only got like five pros. So salute Philly OG, salute Joy. What up though? Yeah, then we at the end of the HHN. We talking about the pros and cons of the Spider-Man movie. There's more cons than pros. The pros is this: you're just making it in. I liked it, the web swinging. It's not as good as Tobey Maguire because it's that's our motherfucking Spider-Man. Man. Unless y'all a fan of Andrew Garfield. But yeah, web swinging was cool. The motherfucking like what the director did with that movie was great, because you saw the difference between this movie and all the other Spider-Man movies that was made with motherfucking Tom Holland. There's something about this one that the director knew exactly where to put that fucking camera. But the next cool thing I said about the movie was what else I said? Oh yeah, the fights was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? The fucking fight is pretty cool. And I give Tom Holland his props on being, he felt like he was Spider-Man. He wasn't on some Mr. Stark. He wasn't relying on that bullshit. He wasn't relying on no high-tech suits. This was a normal ass suit. It got a spider logo on it. It's his own little logo, but it was his own type of suit, like took it back to the OG shit. And certain comic book like elements, and it felt like a comic book. So that's five pros. But the cons is character assassination of Punisher, character assassination of the Hawk. 3, I didn't like this damage control storyline. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Horrible villain. The motherfucker looked like Diddy. Diddy was the goddamn real true main villain. Right? And I'm like, come on now, damage control. And they made Tombstone look like a CGI motherfucker from the Sci-Fi Channel. Nah, cause like at the beginning, like they show his like brief fights with Scorpion, and they showed him fighting Tombstone and shit. I was like, holy shit, that's Tombstone, but I kind of don't like how they did that motherfucker. Tombstone, oh my God, they could have gave him the Tombstone from the Insomniac, but I understand they try to do it from the comic book. They gave him the white hair and everything with the motherfucking solid skin and shit, but Scorpion, cool. But I couldn't put him in the good or the bad because I love the actor that played him, because like he's the actor from Far Cry 3. He was Vaz, but fuck it, I gotta throw the con in it. Fuck it, he's on the con side because they didn't make his suit, it was cool. If you're gonna be comic book accurate, make that motherfucker green. All right, I understand y'all want to be all black, a little bit darkish, a little bit, but make Scorpion is green suit, you know. At least make it like a motherfucking like a dark money green or something, you know. Like let us see the green tint at least. Ever since new Spider-Man, little bro Roger said so. Ain't to be honest. Yeah, I think like the last Tobey Maguire was like 07. And I think the Garfield one came out of around between like 08 to something. I forgot when the Garfield one came out. I forgot it's called The Amazing Spider-Man. And the first boss in that was the Lizard. Gwen Stacy dies. And I think the second one he fights Electro. And you know, and Electro is the one with Jamie Foxx. I liked that fight scene. That fight scene was pretty fucking cool. But it just that like I really couldn't get into the movie because Garfield, you can't be a cool Peter Parker. You know, he played a good Spider-Man, but he's not a good Peter Parker. You know, it's like Peter Parker don't got that cool factor. It's like something about Garfield that was just cool. Like you was like a smart, cool motherfucker. Peter Parker is not cool. He's a fucking nerd, and he's awkward, and he, socially awkward. So you know, like you know, Tobey Maguire captured that. Tom Holland captured it a little bit, but now Tom Holland has grown up. But yeah, that was Sakan. So that's Scorpion. Oh yeah, Scorpion, Punisher, Hawk, Damage Control, number 5. Now we about to tie it up with the the motherfucking pros. There's more cons than pros. Number 5. Where we gotta go at? What's the con? It was something I didn't like. They was biting off of Toby. There were certain scenes where they was biting off of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Like the scene where he dodged the Ninja Star. It hit the same camera angle as when Tobey Maguire dodged the punch from the bully. What was the name? What was the bully name in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man? Flash Thompson. Same little shit. His powers malfunctioning. That was on part 2 of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, which is the best fucking Spider-Man of all fucking time. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Best superhero movie of all time is Spider-Man 2. Tobey Maguire. But but yeah, losing your powers. So yeah, that shit right there. So now it's tied up 5 and 5. Now what destroys the whole movie? This is the last con. No, fuck that. No. 2 more cons. MJ and Ned. Now I understand Zendaya and the one that played Ned Lee is the nerd Asian boy. They ain't supposed to be in the movie because it makes this con. Peter Parker is stalking his friends. Mind you, they don't even know who Peter Parker is due to the last incident that happened in that Far From Home shit. You fucked up the space-time continuum with Doctor Strange to go to college. Think about how that plot was. Some college shit, and you fucked up the multiverse. Doctor Strange had to face the consequences in his movie because of your actions, Spidey. Never forget that. Spidey is the reason why all this shit is even fucking happening. But anyway, he's stalking his friends' social media, following them to parties and shit. They should never been in the movie. This should have been highly motivated for just Spidey going through his shit because don't nobody know who he is. It's a brand new day now. How can it be a brand new day when your ass is still in the past? Now, what they could have did was this. Small cameo. You save MJ and you be like, you have your moment, your heart is motherfucker pumping. You be like, You know, you try not to like let out the emotion that you love her and you miss her and shit like that. But you be like, see you next time, and you just dip off and you go back to your fucking life. But he might end up stalking the bitch. Who knows? But to me personally, they should never been there. Now, that's I think like 6, right? 7. The character assassination of Jean fucking Grey. Jean Grey was goddamn the main villain through damn near 90% of the movie. When it get down to the last 10% of the movie in Act 3, which everybody will be like, you know, like Act 3 is where it falls off. But Jean Grey is the bad guy jumping from body to body, manipulating Spider-Man. She killed a lot of people. I'm talking about, if y'all seen the movie Fallen with Denzel Washington, she was on that type of time. But instead of possession, she was just jumping from body to body with her mind and talking to motherfucking Spider-Man and shit. And like he's chasing her down and shit. He made one old guy back up into the street and this nigga got smacked with a taxi. I was like, oh, this nigga is so fucking dead. But what makes her character bad? The manipulation of people getting them killed. The manipulation of MJ getting her to motherfucking kiss Spider-Man and shit. And motherfucking fuck with his emotions. Fuck with his emotions crazy. But there was one funny scene when she finally got inside the Punisher. She was like, whoa, this one has issues. I bust out laughing. I was like, you goddamn right, bitch. You in the wrong nigga head. You in the wrong person's mind, Gene. That nigga got issues with a capital I. But yeah, K-Take Town said he looks funny as the new generation say he has no aura for me. Understandable. Because our Spider-Man is Toby. His name is Toby, aka Bully Maguire. But I give Tom his props in this one. He ain't like he ain't riding Tony Stark's nutsacks. Pause. Mr. Stark, you know what I'm saying? He ain't crying like a bitch. And I hated that shit. Mr. Stark. I'm just trying to prove to you, Mr. Stark. Like, you're a faggot. But yeah, he didn't have no aura in the first 3 movies. But he has his little aura in this. Just a tad bit. Just a little tad, because he felt like Spider-Man a little bit. He was about to go against Damage Control for the final battle and shit. He was like, all right, hold on, let me get my stretch on real quick. It's like, I'll stretch before. It's like, all right, let's do this. And the nigga just whooped their ass. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. You know, it's a cool fight scene. But yeah, the character assassination of Jean fucking Grey. Y'all changed her whole fucking backstory like a motherfucker. Like, Jean Grey was not out here killing people. Like, real shit. She was not out here killing people. You gotta check out that Brand New Day. It was like, how could I put Tom Holland outside that stalking shit that he was doing? Because like that just takes away everything. Nigga, you stalking your friends, bro. You're stalking your friends, bro. Yeah, I agree. You should lose all aura points for that. You're stalking your friends. The stalker. You're like Spider is a stalker. It's like, oh shit, I forgot another con. Where the fuck was J. Jonah Jameson? I want to hear that motherfucker voice at least one time. Very pictures of Spider-Man. Like, J. Jonah Jameson wasn't there. I was heated. You cannot have Spider-Man without J. Jonah fucking Jameson. I don't give a fuck. Look, if J.K. Simmons don't come back, get someone to replace him. But we all love J.K. Simmons. Bring back J.K. Simmons, man. Where the fuck was motherfucking J. Jonah Jameson at? You gotta have your Spider-Man hater through the whole movie. Like, he's the hater. You feel me? And plus, like, he had valid points. like what's with these motherfucking Spider-Man? We would have these mass motherfucking criminals. Bring me pictures of Spider-Man. We gotta have that spider hater, you know, because it's the perfect balance of the movie. Because like there's a lot of people that don't really like Spider-Man, but like in this Spider-Man, everybody loves Tom Holland. We get to the end of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man on part 3. Everybody loved Tobey. You feel me? So like Tom Holland is at that point of being loved by everybody because he already fought the villain, saved the city, got the key to the city. They were showing a montage of all the good shit he did. But still, even in the midst of all that, J. Jonah Jameson still hates motherfucking Spider-Man. You feel me? That's why we still needed that element there. You know, we needed that element. Fuck Spider-Man. You know? We needed that. Yeah, they casted the wrong motherfucker. They do go ahead and do the Miles movie from it's a can't do it. Why is no watch the whack movie this said Tom ain't like that. Tom's best movie, I think I forgot, like Tom was in a goddamn Odyssey too. That motherfucker Tom just made $17 million off of Spider-Man. Like that was his payday. And those motherfuckers just reached box office records. But I think he was in the Odyssey too. I need to find out how much that bitch cost. I mean, like how much did that bitch gross? And find out how much they paid Tom Holland. Because I'm like, why the fuck is he in the Odyssey? I heard a lot of controversy surrounding it. And I heard that Matt Damon was in it. I heard he was doing this thing. Matt Damon gay. He proved to me that he was gay. He said, I don't want nobody to visit me on my set but Ben Affleck. I'm like, nigga, you gay. No one comes to my set but Ben Affleck. Nigga, damn, nigga, not even your wife? Your children can't come see you either? Just Ben Affleck, huh? You're a fucking faggot. And Ben Affleck last good movie, real shit. And it had the Punisher in it too, because he played his brother. What was that movie where motherfucking like Ben Affleck is the retard, but like he know how to whoop your ass? What the fuck? That movie was pretty fucking good, man. Ben Affleck know how to play a motherfucker nigga with mental problems, but you know, but like he's very smart and he can whoop your ass. Not the mechanic. Is it the mechanic? Oh no, the accountant. That's what it is. The accountant. He's an accountant. But he's a bad motherfucker though. Like, yo. And the good movie before that was Gone Girl. And the good movie before that would be Dogma. Ben Affleck got too many good movies. Yeah, because they made that much because he riding the coattail of the legend real OGs. Hell yeah. And plus I'm hearing they're going to kill Toby at the beginning of the new Avengers movie. And like if they do that, like I might just walk out the movie theater. There was like leaked spoilers and shit. They're going to kill Toby. Man, y'all kill Toby, dog. Y'all motherfuckers. Nigga. And Toby signed off on it, so like you gotta blame him too. But I would have been like this, bitch, I want $60 million. If y'all killing off my character, I want $60 million. It's like, what? Yeah. How you gonna pay your other actors? I know, right? I want $60 million. You killing my character off. You better be lucky I'm not asking for $100 million. As a matter of fact, I want that shit cash, non-negotiable too. I ain't cashing no check. I'm not about to deal with no bank. You can get $35,000 a month in small installments. No, bitch. I want $60 million. For what though? Why they won't unalive Tom? Thank you. Unalive that motherfucker and bring in Miles Morales. But they got to do it right. When they killed off Spider-Man in the books, you got to follow the books. I think it was Ultimate Spider-Man. And this was one of my favorite Spider-Man books. It was a build-up to Spider-Man's death. Spider-Man went through a lot of shit to get to this final point. Green Goblin has become a monster now. Like a literal fucking reptoid, dragonoid looking motherfucker. And this motherfucker out here going ballistic. So, you know, Spider-Man actually dies fighting Green Goblin. Green Goblin dies too. Spidey goes all out. Now, Miles is watching this. And Miles have been keeping up with all the shit that Spider-Man has done and all the bullshit. And plus, he was just bit recently, not knowing what's going on or whatever. And he takes up the mantle after Spider-Man dies. You know, but then it goes to Miles earning his place. They're like, who the fuck is this guy? I'm talking about like they hated Miles for a minute. It's like, yo, man, you ain't Spider-Man.